massive chunk plays. It's missed plays. Like, go back to the Florida game. I don't remember who it was. It might have been Dan Orlovsky that was breaking down the tape of that game. But it was just missed opportunity after missed opportunity. But that's because Florida didn't have a quarterback that could take advantage. I mean, Anthony Richardson is just not that good.
No. Please stop putting him in the first round of drafts.
Yes.
And stop giving him to the Jets.
Right.
Like, I don't care what team you give him to. If you give me Anthony Richardson, I'm telling you right now, I don't know that I can take it. I don't know that my heart can take another quarterback like that.
Right. And if they're not giving up big chunk plays in the secondary, you got Kelly Ringo over here who's just holding on and grabbing on and interfering all over the place. It's been the weak link of the defense the entire year. Doesn't surprise me that Ohio State was, to the level that they were able to take advantage.
C.J. Stroud was fantastic.
He was awesome.
He was fantastic.
It was a great game, but I felt like, I needed to see you claw back from a game that mattered. There was the Missouri game, but we all knew we were going to win that game anyway.
How confident are you going into this matchup with TCU?
I mean, it's 50-50. It's a coin flip.
You're doing that thing.
No, I'm not doing that thing.
You're doing that thing.
You're
looking at this going, man, I'm glad TCU beat Michigan.
TCU is way better than I thought they were. I watched them a couple of times at the end of the season, and I still thought, I don't know if they're that good.
They're pretty good.
But the way that they were able to take advantage and just run Michigan ragged, I mean, they had Michigan chasing their tail the entire game. And just like Ohio State did to the Bulldogs. And so do I think that TCU is going to be able to get out to a multi-score lead and run us ragged? No.
That really depends on which version of old pew-pew do you see? Because if it's first half Stetson Bennett,
wasn't great.
That's going to be a problem.
He wasn't great to start out the game. And he knows. Kirby Smart saying after the game that he had a word to Stetson about staying within our program, which is throw Brock Bowers the ball. I mean, come on. 2 targets I think he had in the first half.
Have you seen the initial line?
No.
What do you think of this?
Georgia -5.5.
I have to make sure that it hasn't changed since the morning.
Okay.
Because you're off by
a lot?
A lot.
Oh, dear. It should be close. It should be single digits.
As of right now, it's Georgia -13. It was 15.5 this morning.
Give me TCU plus it.
I don't know. I feel like beating Michigan was enough for Kirby Smart to be able to really harp home, boys, watch what they just did to Michigan. You can't come in, blah, 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 all the coach speak.
Mm-hmm. And
that makes me think, if somehow Georgia had no ability to see TCU play Michigan, I would be with you.
Right.
I have a funny feeling that this is 52-6.
Ooh, really?
I do.
Wow. That is not the angle I thought you were going to come at this with.
I have a feeling this is not only is this is like a water ride at an amusement park. You will get wet. You may get soaked. Right. TCU, you will get beat. You may get annihilated. Mm-hmm. Everything they do is what Georgia is built to beat. They are so little. I mean, I don't know if you noticed that against Michigan.
I did.
Every player on that team looked tiny. The problem is that Michigan didn't have any of that. If you're Jim Harbaugh, I think you have to be looking at this going, I can't keep doing this. I mean, yeah, they're good. They're Big Ten good.
Mm-hmm.
What playmaker does that team really have? Who did you really look at and go, okay, things are going awry. J.J. McCarthy needs somebody. Where's he going? Because if you throw me Ronnie Bell, I'm going to laugh at you.
I mean,
hard.
He's the closest one.
And that's where I'm at.
Right.
You're Big Ten good. You're Big Ten good.
Mm-hmm.
And you just remember I said this. I heard somebody else say this morning. Marvin Harrison is looking around right now going, USC looks pretty good right now.
Ooh. That could be spicy.
It won't shock me in the least.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have been inundated with that of watch Marvin Harrison leave.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. There was a point in the game where I went, okay, this is it. This is where the magic ends. Like we've been riding this streak for the last 2 years, and it's not necessarily same old Georgia because you're in the college football playoff, for God's sakes. I mean, this isn't a team. I mean, it is a team that you were supposed to beat, but there's no shame in losing that kind of a game. Now, if you'd lost by 14 points or whatever, you were down at one point in the fourth quarter, then there's a little shame in that. But the fact that you were able to come back and win that game, it makes me feel I'm not as confident before. Like if you, without seeing the game, without seeing what had happened between TCU and Michigan, if you had told me TCU beat Michigan, they're going to play you in the national championship game, I would have been totally down on your side. Like 52-6, this ain't going to be close. We're going to dominate them. The size is just too much. They're scrappy, though. And how about this quarterback matchup? Max Duggan against Stetson Bennett. That's the one you wanted? I don't think it's the one we wanted, but it's the one that we deserve.
So I was with Asheville Police Chief David Zach for New Year's.
Mm-hmm.
So we were watching these two games together. Third quarter of Michigan TCU, where it looks like it's going to get out of hand. I looked at him and I said, you watch Michigan make this a game. Watch it. Because it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
There is no doubt in my mind they're going to make this a game. Because that's what TCU does.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what scares me with Georgia, is there is a possibility that Kirby comes in with a very, very dedicated game plan of exactly what you said. Brock Bowers is going to dominate that opening drive.
100%.
And I could see a path where you punch this team in the mouth immediately, and they're so little.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get Jalen Carter, who is just annihilating people. And I don't know that it's ever close.
Yeah.
I do feel like the NCAA was looking around at about halftime of Ohio State going, we're in danger. I don't like where this is headed at all. Because TCU, Ohio State, no.
I don't know. That would have been a hell of a track meet. That could have been the most entertaining game since the Rose Bowl with Vince Young.
Oh, don't compare that to – you stop that.
I mean, come on. It could have been a final score. Like, I'm not saying it's going to be that great of a game. I'm just saying it could have been a final score somewhere in the neighborhood. What was that, 54-49 or something?
By the way, I have to say this to officials from here on out.
Targeting.
If you ever throw another targeting flag, I'm not here for it. I'll ignore it like you didn't even do it. I swear to you, if I was a player in college football, after the two that you missed in two different games with two different crews, the one on Marvin Harrison was a joke.
Mm-hmm.
Defenseless receiver. That's the definition of a defenseless receiver. Well, when you look at it from this way, he hit him directly in the head.
I
hit
thought
him directly in the head. And if you don't believe that, don't even watch it. Just take the play, close your eyes, and listen.
You can hear the clack.
Oh, absolutely
Yeah.
you can. And the one that TCU got away with on the last play of the game, that should be the end of targeting. All right, we're done. Because if that's not one, it doesn't exist.
Right.
It's like, I see this sometimes with true crime documentaries where these detectives say, this is the worst murder scene I've ever seen. That is the worst targeting I have ever seen. Not only did you review it, which I said they were going to do live.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you don't throw this flag, you can never throw it again. And then they didn't.
Yep.
Okay, so we're done with targeting. That's over now.
It's
Player
good, no
safety,
call.
throw that away.
Good no call. It's all good. It's all
In
good.
our YouTube chat, Gray Ford said Michigan thought they were going to do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the problem. Michigan doesn't have any playmakers. Michigan doesn't have anybody on the outside that scares you. They play like it's 1978.
Other than Brock Bowers, who does Georgia have?
Jermaine Burton would probably be the best receiver Michigan's had since Braylon Edwards.
Well, that's great, but he
Donovan Peoples-Jones.
plays for Alabama.
Or not Jermaine Burton. What's the I can't think of the kid's name.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a weird last name.
Rosamie Jack Saint or whatever. Is that the one you're thinking
No,
about?
the little slot kid.
See, this is A.D. Mitchell. Is that the kid you're thinking of that just came back from injury?
I'll have to look it up in the break.
I mean, see, but that's kind of my point is there's not one. You don't have an A.J. Greene on this team. You don't have the
but
dominant.
I have a funny feeling TCU's going to make it look like you do.
Maybe they will. Maybe they will. I hope
I've
they do.
read this book entirely too many times. You want to go down that, well, look, Boise State beat Oklahoma. Great. Yeah, in a game that they didn't care about.
Right.
Michigan totally overlooked TCU. And if you listen to the gambling segments we put out in the down here in the old Southeast, what did Jeremy have? Ohio State's going to keep this closer. I had Georgia on a backdoor cover late, and I had TCU covering against Michigan. And I cannot tell you how many people tweeted me and said, "You're stupid. Michigan's going to win." But no, they're not.
No, they're not.
No, they're not. I didn't think TCU would win, but I was heavily invested in them on the cover plus the 7.5. That was predictable. I'm looking at this going, I know exactly how this goes. Vegas sets a heavy line. They know they're going to get tremendous amount of TCU action, and they're just baiting you in. They are baiting you in because we could have set this at 30. And I guarantee you Vegas would have been sitting around going, we're good. We're good.
I hope you're right. Because I think there's as much likelihood as Georgia gets up and just grinds it out and dominates as it is you're going to see another shootout, just like you had in the semifinals. And somebody's going to have to come from behind to try to win. And I hope that it's TCU having to do the hypnotoad thing to try to rally and win against the Bulldogs. The other way around.
The only thing more disappointing than Jim Harbaugh's coaching and the Michigan defense over the weekend was Washington's new mascot. Oh, General Tutty or whatever is. Oh, that is the
Major Tutty.
Major Tutty.
Major Tutty.
Major Tutty.
Yeah. No, if Washington's going to have a new mascot, they needed to name it General Soreness.
General Soreness.
Because I'm pretty sure that's how all Commanders fans feel right now.
I just want to know who came up with that idea. Hey, we got Peppa Pig's weird brother. He's our new mascot. And you're going to call him Tutty. And he's going to be a major.
And why does he look like he got downsized from the local barbecue restaurant to become your new mascot for the football team?
Have you ever seen that Family Guy episode where they're into the multiverse?
Yeah.
And so they're going into all – and Stewie has a genetically enhanced pig that has fists. Yeah. And when he just looks at it and goes, oink. That's all I could think about as I was watching Major Tutty.
If that wasn't outside enough, it's time to get just a bit outside.
Boy, you must be outside your mind.
The Sportsocracy.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
All right, this is seriously cool. So today is the ReliaQuest Bowl down in Tampa, Florida. And Mississippi State is playing in this one. And they are honoring their late head coach, Mike Leach. He would love that joke, by the way.
100% he would.
They are honoring Mike Leach today with their new helmets. One time only, they put the pirate flag on the side of the helmet, which it was awful. Of course, the death of Mike Leach having to come at the time that it did, because he's getting ready to play coach his first game in a stadium that has a freaking pirate ship in it. The guy who had a life-size pirate in his office when he was at Washington State, and obviously has taught classes at Mississippi State about pirates, and he's just a pirate dude. So they got rid of the M on the side of the helmets, and they're going with the pirate flag. It's very, very cool. I think it's the best way they could have done it, and it kind of looks like the Tampa Bay logo. And right now, let's see, they were tied just a second ago. It was, and I lost the page. Of course I did. Of course you lost the page, because you're an idiot.
I mean, Spectrum Internet today is
not cooperating.
Yeah, it's basically, it took today off too.
Okay, so Mississippi State has won. They won the bowl game in honor of Mike Leach, 19-10 over Illinois. So it is all wrapped up at Raymond James Stadium. And there you go. The pirate flag helmets, maybe you should adopt them for an entire year or something. I'd be down for that.
I think they should. I think that should be a permanent. I mean, you can only wear it one time a year. I mean, you can't make it like you're permanent.
I think they should.
You can't do that, but
why not?
I would be okay with it being every once in a while.
You know what you should
break
do?
It out.
You know what they should do? They should put that on the field. They should put that pirate flag emblem somewhere on the field. You know, like when they name a field after a coach, they always have like the logo, or so like Roy Williams Court has his little silhouette and his signature on it. They could do that at Mississippi State and always have the pirate flag on the field. I don't think that would be anybody would have a problem with that.
I certainly wouldn't. I think it'd be fantastic.
Yeah. All right, you are in the Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. More overreactions coming up next.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Clouds will increase tonight with fog and a few showers overnight as the low hovers near 50. It's going to be a wet Tuesday with gusty winds out of the south and some showers. The high temperature up to 64. Showers and thunderstorms will move through on Tuesday night with gusty winds and a low down to 56. Showers will begin to taper off into the afternoon on Wednesday with a high of 66. Then a clearing trend for Thursday, and it will be cooler as well with sunshine and a high close to 52 degrees. I'm Jeff Marr from the Weather Channel.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Taco Bell has $2 grilled chicken burritos that come in 2 bold flavors, Chipotle Ranch and Salsa Verde. They're bursting with grilled chicken and delicious sauces. Get your $2 grilled chicken burrito at participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price and participation vary. Tax extra.
Save now on appliances and more at the Truckload event at Lowe's. For a limited time, get up to an additional $600 off select major appliances and instant savings from top brands like Samsung, LG, and Whirlpool. And you can take home what you buy same day. Plus, get store-wide savings on even more items. Head to your local Lowe's store or visit Lowes.com to shop the Truckload event today. Exclusions apply while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowes.com for details. Valid 12/29 to 1/4.
If you like burritos, which you do because everyone does, you should try Taco Bell's Chipotle Ranch and Salsa Verde grilled chicken burritos. These masterpieces start with a warm flour tortilla that we stuff with grilled chicken. But the real stars here are the bold sauces, Chipotle Ranch or Salsa Verde. In fact, the chicken is the stage upon which these sauces shine. Like this mic is a stage for me to spotlight my theatrical range. 2 chicken burritos, 2 bold flavors, $2 each. Order on the Taco Bell app. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only. Contact local store for prices, hours, and participation, which vary. Tax extra while supplies last.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Oh, want better visibility to get you through the winter? A new pair of premium wipers can help. Right now, you can earn a $10 bonus reward when you buy a pair of Rain-X Quantum wiper blades. See better and stay safe on the road all winter long. Get the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply. Offer available to AutoZone Rewards members.
For more information about contests on the station, log on to espnavl.com.
At Ingles, whether we're celebrating Friday night rivals, televising college basketball games, bringing the Fan Fest to semi-pro soccer, or taking you out to the ball game at your minor league park, it's all in the bag. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
Rogue Combat Club, Asheville's home for comprehensive martial arts training, has a goal for our community, one that's stronger, more fit, and unwavers in its support of one another. Rogue Combat Club's instructors have competed at the highest levels and offer classes for everyone from young children to adults in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, and wrestling. Rogue Combat Club classes can help you boost your self-confidence and self-defense skills while weeding out the egos and intimidation found at other gyms. Join today at roguecombatclub.com.
Everyone's heard about the housing market and this being the best time to sell a house in years. But the same thing applies to cars. Whether you're looking to buy a car, trade in, or sell that car in the driveway collecting dust, Fred Anderson Nissan of Asheville wants to buy your car. They have 2 on-site managers that work with Kelly Blue Book to give you top dollar for your vehicle. You can even have your car appraised instantly at AndersonNissan.com. Stop in and visit them today at 629 Brevard Road in Asheville or call them at 828-365-1663.
The Sportsocracy.
Ice up, son. Ice up.
You are in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville on the YouTube stream. Just go to thesportsocracy.com, click the live video link, hit the subscribe button so you can join us in the chat. Zion said, what would they do about the Bulldogs mascot, talking about Mississippi State? I said they should take the flag, the helmet, the flag on the helmet and use it for a year. You could do that. I mean, Auburn is proof you don't have to stick to one mascot.
I was about to say, Auburn's, their whole marketing campaign is hammered.
Right.
War Eagle, what's your mascot? It's not an eagle.
Yeah.
So
Georgia Tech, they have a bee and a car. So What are you going to do?
Oh, yeah.
The old rambling wreck of Georgia
Rambling. That's what I used to call your old car before you upgraded it at Fred Anderson Nissan.
I did. I upgraded to the 2017 Rogue. Go check them out. 629 Brevard Road. Fred Anderson Nissan of Asheville has your plan, and you know what?
You can become a member of the family too.
That's right.
If you follow me on the socials, you would see that lovely Titan that I've been driving for the last week. Man, I love that truck.
Drop our name when you go by there to get a new car, whether it's a new car or a certified pre-owned, and they'll give you $250 on top of whatever your trade-in's worth.
Boom.
I mean, it's us being givers to you.
Bingo.
Exactly.
Kind of like Jim Harbaugh. He's the gift that keeps on giving. Because he just cannot win a big game.
For whoever's going to play Michigan in a big bowl game, yeah, Jim Harbaugh is not the guy to get it done, apparently.
Just remember I said this. He's the next head coach of the Indianapolis Colts.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to happen this offseason.
I guarantee you it's not Jeff Saturday.
No,
I am convinced that he took too many blows to the head. His press conference today is one of the most unbelievable things I've ever heard a coach say in my life.
He's not a coach. Remember, he's just an interim coach.
But what's the last word in that?
Yeah,
coach. He's the coach. If you go to the Wikipedia right now and say, who is the coach of the Indianapolis Colts? It's Jeff Saturday.
Yeah.
I don't care if he's an interim. I don't care if he won a fan contest. You cannot say that.
No, you're right.
And so you've done this with Jeff Saturday. There's only one place Indianapolis can go.
So tell the people what he said.
Basically that Kayvon Thibodeau was trash because he was doing a little snow angel celebration after he hurt Nick Foles. He didn't know it. Right. If you've ever worn a helmet, you don't really have peripheral vision. So he's not looking next to him. He's staring straight up. He has no idea he hurt the guy.
Right.
Then he got up and he knows I sacked him, and this is what I planned on doing. If I sack the quarterback, I'm going to do a little snow angel. Great. So, you can make this anything you want to.
He called him trash, and then he said he was surprised that his offensive line didn't.
He said he was disappointed that his line didn't come to.
See, that makes it worse.
100% it makes it worse.
Disappointed that the offensive line didn't take matters into their own hands.
100% it makes it worse.
Look, I like that coming from my guy. I mean,
I like that coming from an offensive line coach. You know who I don't like it coming from? My head coach.
Your head coach, exactly. I was going to say.
I've already got one crazy person in this front office.
Right.
He's the guy that owns the team. That's walking around in jogging pants and smoking heaters.
Right.
All right, I don't need another crazy person in this organization. And after I heard him say that, you mix that with Harbaugh's loss last night. I heard somebody comically say, well, Jim Harbaugh's done flirting with the NFL. I have a bridge to sell you if you actually believe that, because you are the most naive person on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
And I promise you, Jim Harbaugh's in their ring of honor, which is comically stupid to me because he played there for 3 years. Oh, and by the way, he was terrible.
Still one of the best they've ever had.
Minus 1 year, he was terrible. But Jim Irsay is going to absolutely empty the piggy banks to go chase Jim Harbaugh, because that's the only one that makes any sense. You got to look at how bad that team is. Your hire here is going to have to not only be home run.
Right.
It has to be really safe. The Frank Reich thing ended badly. And you got to remember, it was Josh McDaniels for 15 minutes before that. So you already are considered to be a little bit of a dumpster fire in NFL
Is
circles.
that just begging for another disaster, though? To bring
Jim Harbaugh?
To bring Jim Harbaugh in as because remember, he had all the problems in San Francisco, couldn't work with nobody. Nobody wanted to be a
Trent
part of
Baalke, who's had problems with every person he's ever worked with.
I get it, but it wasn't just Trent, was it? There were like assistant coaches and stuff that had problems with him, and other administrators. And maybe it was all the Baalke influence. But I'm just saying, you bring a guy who's difficult to work with to work under Jim Irsay. But
they already know each other.
Yeah,
this is
true.
Guy.
That's true. Maybe.
That is where that has to go. And I've heard that, Denver's really interested. Great. Yeah, that'll be a real short phone call. How much is it again if you cut Russell Wilson? Oh, okay. I have to go pleat my pants.
Right. I mean, part of the reason that Jim Harbaugh is what 1-6 in bowl games or whatever it is, 0-2 in the college football playoff. Part of the reason is he didn't have a quarterback most of those years. Like, remember, we talked about it over and over and over again. How does Jim Harbaugh not have a quarterback? And he's not going to go to Denver where he doesn't have a quarterback.
Jim, all right, I've thought this for a long time.
Or at least one that he can choose.
I've thought this for a long time, but I've never said it to my knowledge. Jim Harbaugh is miscast as a college coach. He's not. But that's where he started. I don't care. The game has changed. And now you have a coach that's about as sexy as the khakis he wears. And you're trying to sell 18-year-old kids on him? You want to know why he doesn't have any weapons? A, Michigan is cold. B, I don't have to play at Michigan to get on television. I can play at Coastal Carolina and get on television.
Mm-hmm.
I can play at TCU and be the number one receiver in a draft class. It's happening as we speak.
Right.
And now you've got this coach that now has a reputation that he can't win in big games. He's really abrasive. I mean, and it's cute that, he goes into a recruit's house and he starts doing the dishes because great. So you got mom. You got dad. You know what the kid's looking at? You do not win big games. And name me the last position player that came from underneath John Harbaugh.
Mm-hmm.
I'll wait.
Yep.
Jim Harbaugh. I think I said John.
Yeah.
I do that a lot.
We know what you meant.
So to me, I feel like Jim Harbaugh has to look around and go, it's time. This is the one place that makes a whole lot of sense because I'm comfortable there.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to throw me a bajillion dollars. And I'm going to go one step further. Not only do I think Jim Harbaugh is the next head coach of the Indianapolis Colts, I think his quarterback is the kid he beat at Ohio State twice. C.J. Stroud.
Oh.
That's one of those storylines that you read the tea leaves and you go, that seems too good to be true, which means it's probably going to happen.
It could. Rob Johnson says, same thing with Ron Rivera. He needs to hang it up. Washington needs some new young blood in there. No kidding.
Well, you know what they don't need? Oink! Major Tutty.
Or Carson Wentz.
Yeah, he's awful too.
Why?
He's awful too.
Why would you do that? Why would you bench Taylor Heineke to go with Carson Wentz?
We had Patrick Holt sitting beside us yesterday at the Village Porch, which, by the way, was fantastic. It was a great day. I mean, until the end, which I remember.
Vaguely.
After
the Jets game, it got dicey.
Oh, yeah. After Mike White, woo. Yeah, I got a tirade about that coming up later.
Tried to tell you.
Yeah, and I'm not, and I don't believe you're right. Yeah, my take on that's not going to be what you think.
Okay.
Throwing that out there.
All
right. And we're watching poor Holt watching his Commanders just going, man, there's nothing here. There's just nothing here.
No. Ron Rivera is just not that good.
He's never been that good.
Exactly.
He's never been that good.
I get that you wanted the culture setter, but it's time, Washington.
Well, here's the thing. You can't set a culture when you've got Dan Snyder as your owner.
Well,
that was always the part of that didn't make any sense to me.
We all know what that was. Ron Rivera was the stabilizing force.
No doubt. It was a dumpster fire franchise that needed the well-respected coach. Here's the problem. Look around that team. Has it not disappointed you the entire tenure of Ron Rivera?
Mm-hmm.
The defense, which we were getting hotter and hotter and hotter on. What happened yesterday? Oh, they let you down.
Yep.
Seems to be a pretty consistent with him.
And when Jeff Bezos buys this team, and even before then, you need to move on.
Oh, no doubt. That is a team that just needs to be scrubbed clean.
Mm-hmm.
They
you're
need
past
a bath
that now.
bad.
You're past that now because you're in the stage of the albatross owner, the dark cloud hanging over everything. He's going out. You've already got all the sales talk and all of that. Now it's time to move on. It's now the next chapter of the rebranding of the Washington Commanders.
The Washington Commanders need a bath bad.
Yes.
And their oink mascot is just if you take that and the Sean Taylor thing and a slew of the poo water incident with your stadium, all of those things independently are a bad look.
Mm-hmm.
You put them together, you're a train wreck.
Absolutely.
I mean, you are a dumpster fire.
And Major Tutty quickly becomes corporal punishment. After another year of this, you can't do this again.
I would just love to. I would love to. This is another one of those that I talk about, NFL films. I want to run that for 1 year. Because if I worked in that office and they showed me a rendering of, well, in this game that we have to win, that our coach didn't even know we could be eliminated if we lost. We're going to introduce this as our mascot because I would have gone, all right, I'm going to follow the guy in that suit all day of the first day that they unveil Major Tuddy and just get his running commentary of this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life.
You're in the Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville. And, Rob Johnson says it in the comments on YouTube. Washington will probably be a 10 to 14 pick in the draft. He doubts that they get a quarterback. So that means start Sam Howell.
You should do that next week anyway.
Yeah.
You're not going to, but
No.
you should.
No. We got to have one last game with Taylor Heineken.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you do. I mean, you shouldn't, but I guess you're going to.
All right, we got Monday Night Football coming up tonight, but not time for those picks just yet.
No, there's one game that you got to get the picks in now because it kicks off in an hour.
That's right. We got Rose Bowl picks with Flostradamus coming up next. When I finally drove the old car into the grave, I knew there was only one place I was going to go. Fred Anderson Nissan of Asheville, home of the family plan. And yes, they treat you like family. I went in, told them what I was looking for, told them my budget, and in no time, I was signing the paperwork on my certified pre-owned vehicle. They have the area's largest selection on quality pre-owned vehicles and certified Nissans. They go through a 167-point inspection, so you know it's not going to let you down. They gave me the Carfax report, so I know the history of my vehicle. And the Fred Anderson family plan gives me things like oil changes and car washes and loaner cars if I have to have major work done on the car in the future. For me, buying a car has always been an intimidating thought. But the folks at Fred Anderson Nissan of Asheville made it super easy. Don't be like me. Don't wait till the last minute to get a deal done. Go to AndersonNissan.com or stop by the showroom at 629 Brevard Road. And don't forget to mention we sent you from the Sportsocracy and get a $250 bonus on your trade-in at Fred Anderson Nissan of Asheville.
Since man created roads, they've been looking for ways to get off-road and vehicles to take them there. That's where Outlaw Off-Road comes in. A premier off-road center for Jeeps, trucks, and SUVs with a complete lineup of off-road and overland services, including maintenance and repair to make your vehicle all that it can be. Check out their location right here in Western North Carolina at 85 Avery Creek Road. Call them today at 828-974-8480 or visit them on the web at theoutlawoffroad.com.
Real estate isn't about properties, it's about people. I'm Clarissa Hyatt-Zach with eXp Realty, your native realtor serving all of Western North Carolina. I will work hard for you, and I believe in doing the right thing every time. I market each of my listings to reach out-of-town buyers. I use a professional photographer and drone video on every single listing, as well as collaborate with agents across the country to find your buyer. Check me out online at clarissasellswnc.com or give me a call at 828-774-6343. It would be my pleasure to assist you through the real estate process.
If cleanliness is next to godliness, look around the car right now. Is that very godly? Look, life comes at you fast, but so does WBNC Auto Detailing. They have the tools to make your interior look like it's coming off the showroom floor. You don't believe me? Check them out on Instagram. All that filth and years of stains disappear. WBNC Auto Detailing does full interior and exterior details with paint correction, and they do wax and ceramic coatings. Call WBNC Auto Detailing at 455-3700. Premium care with a Southern hospitality touch.
Unlike other health concerns, mental illness is not always easy to see. Depression won't show up on an eye chart, and you won't find PTSD by looking at a thermometer. Sorting out a mental health concern takes professional diagnosis and treatment. Anxiety won't just go away under a bandage. If you or a loved one has a mental health concern, call 1-800-662-HELP for free and confidential information and treatment role. Learn more at samhsa.gov/support.
Hi, I'm Chad Greenway. After retiring from the NFL, I've embraced my new role coaching my kids in their youth sports. Our Youth Basketball Association made the decision to use trusted coaches to train, screen, and educate all of our basketball coaches. Visit trustedcoaches.org to learn more. I'm a trusted coach. Are you?
No one has the same taste as you.
You damn right.
From the music you love to the podcasts you can't live without. And only the iHeartRadio app has it all for free. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
iHeartRadio.
Coffee still closes on. Get him the money.
Then when you get the money, you get the power.
That watch costs more than your car.
Then when you get the power, then you get the woman.
We got day football. The Rose Bowl, Penn State And Utah, Penn State's a 1.5-point favorite. Over-under is 54. I am absolutely hammered on my side of this. The thing that's so difficult for me, I can't figure out if there's going to be a track meet or if this over-under is comically high. I'm going to lean that Utah plays absolutely no defense. I think they have a couple players, don't get me wrong. But if you watch them historically, there were a lot of track meets. So I'm going to go over. I don't feel great about it. I'm going to go over. What I do feel great about, Utah's winning this game. This is way bigger to them than it is to Penn State. Not because Penn State thought they would be in the playoff or anything like that. You got a lot of players that are checking out for Penn State pretty quick. My next mock draft that comes out next week, you're going to see a lot of Penn State players. And I just feel like that defense, yes, it's good. That Utah offense is really good too. And you saw it last year against Ohio State. A lot of points. So I'm taking the Utes plus the 1.5 over 54.
All right, you can take those wagers over to betus.com. Use the promo code Sportsocracy and get a 125% deposit bonus on whatever you put into the account, up to $2,500. Again, use the promo code Sportsocracy at betus.com. Earlier final from today, as we told you earlier this hour, the ReliaQuest Bowl down in Tampa. Mississippi State gets the 19-10 win over Illinois. Currently early fourth, just dogging Purdue Citrus Bowl.
Yeah, I guess that Drew Brees thing didn't work out all that great.
Yeah, not the San Francisco 49ers yesterday. It was